Hey, what's up everyone? Josh Quinones here, and this right here behind me is the Hisense 2025 U7Q 4K ULED Mini LED TV. Now, I've actually been using this TV for quite some time now, finally ready to give you all my thoughts on this TV. And I'll tell you right now, right off the bat, that this TV has been great to use. Definitely been enjoying my experience with the U7Q right here, using it as my main TV right now here in my living room. But the Hisense U7Q does come with a 165 Hz native refresh rate. It's got 3000 nits of peak brightness, full array local dimming, QLED color technology. It's got an anti-reflective screen, comes with Google TV, supports Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos, and it has a 2.1.2 multi-channel sound system with built-in subwoofer. And I'll tell you right now, I have definitely been enjoying the sound coming out of this TV right here. And I actually prefer the sound coming out of the U7Q when I compare it to the TCL QM7K that I reviewed here on the channel. I think I prefer the sound on this TV just a little bit more, but we'll talk about that a little later in the video. Now, the one I have here is the 75-inch model. And right now, currently, this model is going for $1,397.99. So if you do find yourself interested in this TV right here, I'll make sure to have a link down in the description below and in the pinned comment. Now, it also comes in sizes from 55 inches all the way up to 100 inches. So if you're looking for that massive theater experience sized TV, then this can possibly be the one for you. Like I said, coming at up to 100 inches. Insane. Now, if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any other future videos I have coming with this TV, any other TV, or anything else that you might like here on the channel. So hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed yet. Okay, now I want to talk about design. Now, the design itself, it's got a nice, slim, clean look to it, minimal bezel all the way around the display. So you're getting more screen than the actual frame of the TV itself. Looks really, really nice. And the back of the TV has a nice, clean look as well. Of course, you're getting that built-in subwoofer that I mentioned earlier. You also get the cable management in the back of the leg. So it's nice to have all those cables running, in the same direction, just keeping it nice and clean back there. And the legs themselves are of a metal build. So it's gonna keep the TV nice and secure, nice and stable on your TV stand. Now, of course, you could, hang up the TV if you want to, but if you're someone who rather use a TV stand, those legs are gonna be more than good enough to keep your TV nice and stable. Now, on the top of those metal legs is a plastic covering. But even though it is plastic, it actually still has a really nice look to it. It's got a nice brushed metal finish on top of it, but overall beautiful looking TV. Now, of course, we also have our ports in the back. We have an LAN, digital audio out. We have 2 USB inputs, 4 HDMI inputs, with one of those being an EARC, and all 4 HDMI inputs actually support 165 Hz, which is great because you don't see that a lot in other TVs. Sometimes it'll be, 2 HDMI inputs that support 60 Hz and the other 2 that will support the higher frame rate. So nice feature there. And then you have the antenna cable and then AV in and then a headphone jack. So if you want to hook up some headphones so nobody else can hear what you're watching, maybe everybody's asleep, boom, you can hook up your headphones with that headphone jack as well. But overall, beautiful looking TV, definitely looks great here in my living room. But something that looks better than the actual design of the TV itself, picture quality. Let's talk picture quality. I'm actually very impressed with the picture quality on this TV right here. And it doesn't really matter what I'm watching. It could be something on YouTube, some 4K content, whether it's at 30 frames per second, 60 frames per second. I mean, it is looking beautiful on this display right here. Or if I'm watching a movie or a TV show, the viewing experience has been so great, so very enjoyable, getting a nice crystal clear picture, nice sharp picture. The colors look great. Now, I don't have a proper device to really measure color accuracy or anything like that, but when it comes to just me and using my eyes, I know me personally, I love the way the colors look on this TV. I love the way the overall picture quality looks on this TV right here. And I'm sure the average person will be more than happy with the picture quality here on the Hisense U7Q TV. Now, I will say when it does come to watching live TV, because this TV does offer free live TV, I will say that it doesn't quite look like it's 4K content. Sometimes it kind of has like a fuzziness to it. It's not as sharp, but I mean, this is kind of pretty much to be expected when it does come to live TV or cable TV. You can't really expect it to look, that high-end 4K quality like what you would watch on something like Netflix or Disney Plus, streaming services like that. But it doesn't look horrible. It's not like I find myself having to shut the TV off just because I don't like the way the live TV looks. It still has a decent look to it. But me personally, if I am gonna watch a movie, I'd rather watch it on a streaming service where I can really get that high quality content rather than looking for a movie to watch when it comes to live TV. If I am using isn't a live TV, it would be more for something like maybe the news or maybe sports or, you know, cooking shows or just something like that. But when it comes to like movies and TV shows, I'll definitely be using the streaming services for that to get the higher quality content. But overall, picture quality is amazing on this TV right here. Now, when it comes to viewing angles, I will say that this TV does handle viewing angles pretty well. Of course, I always say this, when you're dead center of the TV, that is going to be the best viewing experience that you get. But if you happen to sit off to the side, whether it's the left or the right, the viewing angles is still good. You're still gonna get good picture quality. The colors are still gonna look pretty good, but they will kind of fade out a little bit. It won't look as sharp, but again, it does handle viewing angles very, very well. Now, like I mentioned earlier, this does have an anti-reflective screen, and it actually does a pretty good job at, you know, getting rid of some of those glares or reflections that we might get on a TV that doesn't have an anti-reflective screen. But I will say, if you're sitting on one side of the TV and you have a window on the other side of the TV, it's bright outside, the light's beaming in, you will notice it on the TV. Yes, you can still see what you are watching. You'll still be able to make it out and still enjoy what you're watching, but you will also notice that glare, you know, on the TV coming from the window. So I reckon even when the blinds are closed, you know, there's still little seeps and cracks where the light could be coming in, and it will still show up on the TV. But overall, it still does a pretty good job at, you know, getting rid of some of that glare. But like I said, in some instances, you will notice it more than others. So just go ahead and keep that in mind. But again, I can't really complain when it comes to picture quality. Okay, now let's talk gaming. This kind of falls in line with picture quality because, you know, you want your gaming experience to look good, but not only look good, but you want it to feel good too. Now, like I mentioned earlier, this TV does have a 165 hertz native refresh rate. So you already know you're gonna get a smooth gaming experience. If you're a heavy gamer or even a casual gamer, this TV could be the one for you. I gotta say, my overall gaming experience with this TV right here has been great, especially with the 75-inch model right here. It's a nice big display. You're getting smooth gameplay. Now, of course, if you're on a gaming console, if you're on something like a PS4, the older Xbox, you'll get up to 60 frames per second. But if you have one of the newer consoles like a PS5 or the newer Xbox, you will get up to 120 frames per second. And then if you want to take advantage of the higher refresh rate on this TV right here, then you'll have to use a PC. But it's nice that they give us that option to be able to just have that nice, smooth gameplay on this TV. I don't notice any lag, latency when playing games on here. It's just a nice, smooth experience, great viewing experience, and just the overall gaming experience is great, and definitely a TV I can recommend for someone looking for a TV specifically for gaming. The Hisense U7QG right here, you really can't go wrong. And it even comes with Hisense's dedicated gaming bar, and this is going to allow you to really customize your gaming experience. So you can change up things like the game genre. You got an AI auto mode, you got a sports mode, FPS mode, RTS mode, an RPG mode, and a standard mode. And then you also have different themes. Now this is actually really cool. You got a standard theme, you got a PlayStation style theme, an Xbox style theme, a Switch style theme, and a sports style theme as well, and an auto theme. So this is actually really cool if you really want to customize at least the viewing experience when it comes to your gaming. Because if you're on an Xbox and you really want just everything to have that Xbox look, boom, you got that Xbox style, or same thing with the PlayStation or Nintendo Switch. So that's actually a really cool feature right there. And then you can change up the dark detail, change up the brightness, you got instant game response, you got different types of crosshairs, you got 6 types with color adaptation as well. So that's a nice feature, especially when it comes to shooting games. You got the game guide, and then you have even more settings. Now with these more settings, it's going to allow you to further customize your gaming experience. You even have a high refresh rate mode, which you do want to turn on if you do want to take advantage of using those higher frame rates. And then you also have FPS viewing as well. So if you turn on frames per second viewing, it's going to allow you to view or be able to see what frames per second you're playing at the entire gaming session. So you'll always know where your frames per second are at, if it's smoother or if it's kind of bogging down a bit. You'll be able to see that the entire gaming session. And then at the top of the gaming bar, you're going to get different information like the type of console you're playing on the device, the frames per second, HDR, variable refresh rate, and auto low latency mode as well. But like I said, when it comes to just the overall gaming experience here on the U7Q, you really can't go wrong. Now, one thing I forgot to mention when talking about picture quality is the actual picture modes that we get on this TV right here. So as you can see, we have a vivid mode, we have a standard mode, sports mode, energy saving mode, theater day, theater night, and a filmmaker mode. But not only that, we also have an IMAX mode. We have Dolby Vision IQ, Dolby Vision Dark, and Dolby Vision Custom. And then we also have different sound modes like theater, which is one of my favorite. We have standard, we have sports mode, music mode, speech mode, and late night mode, and a game mode as well. So definitely a good amount of picture modes to choose from to really find something that's going to give you the viewing experience that you want when watching something here on the TV. And the same thing when it comes to sound modes. Now, speaking of sound, like I mentioned earlier, I've really been enjoying the sound on this TV right here, so much that me personally, I really don't find a need to just hurry out and get a sound bar. Now, of course, you're always gonna get the best sound experience possible when using a sound bar, but with this TV right here, you won't really find yourself needing to dish out extra money if you really don't want to with the sound that comes on this TV, because it's got a nice crystal clear sound. It gets nice and loud as well, but it's also got some good low end with that built-in subwoofer in the back of this TV. And like I said, I did compare it with the TCL QM7K that I reviewed here on the channel, and I just prefer this one, you know, more than the QM7K because it does offer more low end in my opinion. I believe the built-in subwoofers on this TV are just a little bit better. They got a little bit more, you know, thump to them, a little bit more low end. And honestly, just the overall sound experience has been really good on this TV. Actually, here, let's take a quick little sound test here. Okay, now the microphone probably is not going to do the sound justice when it comes to this TV right here, but this is just to give you an idea of what sound is like.
I need you to be strong. Right now. Strong heart. Strong heart.
Sire! Hyenas in the Pride Lands! They're on the hunt!
Where's the Robbie?
She's leading the charge.
Nazu, take them home.
Dad, let me come. I can help.
No, son.
Good at pitching? Baseball. Tennis? Give me a tennis racket. Give me something to hit.
So what do you all think about the sound? Now, of course, like I mentioned, the microphones probably didn't do the sound justice, but again, just to give you guys an idea of what sound is like. So let me know what you think down in the comment sections. But now I want to do a quick walkthrough of the TV here. Now, like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, this is a Google TV. So of course we are going to be greeted with this Google interface right here. We have our Google account, which you can switch up if you want. You have your For You page. So this is going to recommend you different things right here. As you can see, you have your top picks for you. You got your apps section as well. You can go through all the different apps that you have installed on the TV here. You got your continue watching. And I gotta say, the performance on this TV, it is so smooth. It is smooth scrolling all the way around. I don't notice any lag, stuttering, anything like that. It is super, super smooth. And then when you go into switch accounts, you can also set up a kids account. So if you have kids, you don't really want them getting into the adult type of content or any rated R stuff, PG-13 stuff, anything like that, then you can set up a kids account as well. And it will set a password so they won't be able to get into your other account if you really don't want them to. And then you have your live TV that I talked about earlier. This is the free live TV that this TV comes with. So it's gonna let you know what is currently on. You got your TV guide down here, of course. Again, letting you know what's on at the moment, what's coming up. After that, you have your apps where you can download whatever app that you can find on the Google Play Store. So you can download all of your favorite apps off of the Google Play Store. You have your library, your search bar, your settings. So you have, you can switch up your screensaver, your inputs, adjust your sound, picture. You got your Wi-Fi settings, accessibility, Bluetooth, and then down at the bottom is usually the notifications, but I went ahead and cleared those out. And then if you go into all settings, It takes you even further into the settings here, your channels and inputs, display and sound, your Wi-Fi, your accounts, privacy, apps, system, accessibility, remote and accessories, and then your help and feedback. But yeah, again, definitely some good performance here on the Hisense U7Q, and it's just an overall great Google TV. Now, taking a quick look at the remote here, nothing new, nothing that we haven't really seen before when it comes to a Hisense remote. Still getting that kind of gray silverish look to it. It is of a plastic build, at least that's what it feels like, but you got like this kind of wooden texture in the front, kind of making it look like a gray kind of wood texture there. But this is what the remote's gonna look like. You got your power button, input button, your dedicated, streaming services button, Netflix, Disney Plus, YouTube, Tubi, Prime Video. You got the Google Assistant button right there for the microphone. You got your pad, you got your volume rockers, the channel button, the mute button, play, pause, menu. But one thing I will say, kind of a downside, is that these buttons tend to fade out pretty fast. As you can see there, if I take a close look right here, they are kind of starting to fade out on some of these buttons right here. Now, I don't know if that's because we've kind of put it flat down on the couch sometimes, or if it's just from our fingers, pressing those buttons, but I thought I'd go ahead and point that out. And also, this remote is not backlit. But there it is. What do y'all think? The Hisense U7Q 4K ULED Mini LED TV. What do y'all think? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment sections below. Honestly, when it just comes to my overall thoughts with this TV right here, they are mostly positive. Honestly, I think it's a great TV, definitely a TV that I can recommend. It's gonna give you a great viewing experience, a great sound experience, and a great gaming experience as well. But again, I wanna know all of your thoughts down in the comment sections below. If there's any questions that you may have for me, maybe something that I didn't talk about in this video, I'll do my best to get to your questions and answer them. But for now, if you did like this video and find it helpful, make sure to give it a huge thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss out on any other future videos to come. Again, I'll drop a link down in the description below if you want to pick up this TV for yourself. But for now, thanks for watching. This is Josh Quinones. I will see you on the next one. Peace out.